What if you could earn $150 to $200 per day from home without any experience and using a templated approach? Well, stick around to the end because I'm going to show you exactly how to copy this and do it the easy way, as well as how you can do this from anywhere in the world. Okay, let's get right into it. So like I said, this is a templated approach, but at the same time, make sure you do follow it sequentially, or just stick around, because each step really does rely on the previous one. There are going to be some that are easier than others, but truly they're all meant to be learned in order. But before we get ahead of ourselves here, if you would like to make a full-time income from your couch and you're interested in videos about making money on the internet and building an online business, consider clicking the subscribe button below and turning on notifications. So basically, what it is that you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting home services, so certain people, businesses that are urgent or some, not luxury, right? You're not going to be doing this with a remodel company. This is going to be stuff where, let's say somebody's roof is leaking onto their PlayStation, right? They're not going to just not call because of the coronavirus, right? We want to deal with something that's urgent, not only just for that, like this is evergreen, right? You want to do this with a service that requires some sense of urgency. So what you're going to basically be doing is getting those businesses, right, to pay you to have them on your website. I'll get into exactly how to do it, but essentially you're going to be setting up at what's called a directory, similar to Yelp or Angie's List, but we're going to be doing that for ourselves, and we're going to be getting them to pay us either per call, or you can simply get them to pay you to list them on your site. Stick around to the end because I've been having multiple $1,000 days, if you see on the screen here. I'm going to show you the exact website I use to do that. So here's what you do. You can go here on this website and you can grab any one of these templates, right? Basically though, what you're doing first is you want to set up your domain name. If you would like more information on that, again, there are plenty of videos that talk about that, but I'd recommend using Namecheap. You can get a really cheap domain name and set up for now shared hosting. Again, super cheap, not something that is even remotely expensive, and if you already have a domain name, great, you can put it to good use. So yeah, you want to use one of these templates. So after you set up your domain name and hosting, install WordPress. If you have trouble, Namecheap Hosting will literally do it all for you. Just message their live support. But once you do, go to this URL, it will be in the video description, and grab one of these free templates, right? It's free. All you have to do is upload this as a theme to your WordPress. If you have trouble with that, again, there are plenty of videos on YouTube. I just think this is more efficient and effective if I just cover this quickly without going like into every single little detail. So yeah, after you have it built, what you would do is, I would suggest going, and let's say you're doing roofing or plumbing, or let's say it's plumbing. I would suggest going and finding every plumber, like a good 15-20 plumbers within your city, and then adding them. It makes it super easy. These templates make it super easy to add local businesses, so recommend adding them and then creating a category page, or however they format their theme, optimized for plumber plus your city, or plumbing in plus your city. Either one of those will do the trick at this point. Right now we're just trying to get this built. Yeah, with these templates, they make it super easy, but at the same time, you want to download a WordPress plugin called Yoast. And then next, what you will do is go into the specific category page, or the page itself, depending on what you're doing, or the page. By page, I just mean the specific business that you upload. Or yeah, I think a majority of the fact will be category pages. It's really, I have to speak kind of loosely because I'm not sure which template you will select, but from that free list. Link again for those free templates are in the description, but I'm not affiliated with them in any way. But yeah, with Yoast you can optimize and edit the specific title tag, the meta title for that category page or that page listing of different business owners. And yeah, it allows you to optimize that in the description so that you can go in and write the best 10 plumbers in city name, right? Okay, so once you have it built, I would suggest then going to social media, right? Go to Facebook, create your Facebook page, and then what you can do is go in local groups to your area. I'm sure there's a lot of different like business directory groups or free promotion of your business groups in your city. And if not, you can always simply just post in those groups and talk to other people, and then have a link to your directory on your own Facebook profile if that's something you're comfortable with. If not, another way to get your directory ranked is writing blogs, right? So you see here for this one, Browse, they have a blog or a default in their template, a blog that you can post on. The benefit of that is, well, A, driving traffic, but B, you can get links back to your directory from other websites, right? To give you an example, let's say you were trying to get your plumbers Tucson, Arizona page, category page ranked. What I would suggest doing is in your blog focusing the topic around, let's say, air conditioning repair in Tucson, adding a link in that individual blog to your category page for plumbers, and then reaching out to, let's say, local Tucson businesses or bloggers or anyone really. Like if you can't find somebody in your local city, just go on and just search plumbers write for us, because let me show you an example of what I mean. Write for us, reviewers on time, healthy handyman, right? So whatever it is that your keyword is, just add write for us at the end, and then you could literally just write a blog for them that links back to your directory. Very simple to get that ranked. Okay, so now you have your directory built. You focused on keywords in your area, plumber, your city. As you see here, so Yelp does it, Angie's List, Home Advisor, they're all doing the same thing. I would recommend as well in your title tag. So I know I didn't go over WordPress, right, and how you actually navigate the platform. And the reason really is just that there's so many of those guides out that it would be way more efficient for you to hear the top level, more technical approach, right? The actual method rather than how to use WordPress, right? Because you can find videos like that anywhere, but it's hit or miss when you find videos like this. Not to say anything, I'm just saying that yeah, it's better off if I just cover the top level method. So what I would recommend though, once you download WordPress, if you have any trouble, go on YouTube, just search whatever questions you do have. Like once you buy your domain name, if you have any trouble actually even buying it or setting up hosting, whatever, yeah, there are plenty of videos out there. What I would suggest, pausing this, going to that and coming back. What then I would suggest doing in all your meta titles, use this format: the best 10 plumbers in Palm, whatever city you're in, right? But the best. What we're doing there is manipulating the click-through rate on Google's search results, which I'm not going to get like super lost in. But yeah, now let's say, right, you have your directory built. You want to find businesses that you will list, and now the goal is to get paid per lead. You may have trouble in the very beginning getting a client, right? They get so many of these messages. That's why it's really beneficial if you are local to the city that you're contacting them in, because you can then just contact them and you have that local foot in the door, right? You can let them know, hey, I'm right down the street, or I would suggest saying that regardless, but we'll get into that in a second. So search on Google plumber near me, stick to whatever's in your immediate area, and that way you can say, hey, I'm on this street right down from your office and I do X. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing, open these up, right, go to each website, and then we're not going to be emailing them. What you can do is you can both submit a contact form request and or contact them on Facebook. Proudly powered by FX Agency. So they did have an agency that worked with them. Let's see, they don't do much work on Facebook, but you could still, what I would suggest, sending them a message, and for depending on what service and what area, just let them know, hey, I have a website where people search, similar to Angie's List, where people search looking for plumbers similar to you. If I start getting, or if I could send phone calls to you, would it be alright if I listed your business on our directory? Now, and like I said earlier in the video, you may want to offer them for free, right? So especially waiting for your directory to rank on Google, you may want to offer some leads for free, just for the beginning, to show them that what you're offering is actually there. So I would suggest doing that, right? Sending them a quick Facebook message first, and then if you have to, submit a contact form request, and doing that with each and every plumber that you can find. This seems like this is definitely a lead gen site. You can kind of see those, like when they're like really poorly created, and you can tell it's super optimized for Google. You can kind of tell when it's a lead gen site. Sometimes you can't, but other times you can. I usually just skip those, but I think at first it'll be kind of difficult for you just to notice those right out the gate. So yeah, here's a great example. They don't have a Facebook listed, so just submit through their contact form. Don't send them an email, because they're going to be looking for these, right? They have these set up as the main lead form option, right? They're not going to be looking all the time. I don't know what's wrong with this website. They're not going to be always looking at emails, right? But they will look at emails if they are coming from their contact form. So send them an email here, right? So now we've got their Facebook. I'll send them an email. Let's see. No, their Facebook is not linked. You can also mention that on the follow-up, right? Because it's somewhat, for me, it's easy to get them to respond, but then it comes down to the actual follow-up. And for something like that, it does build credibility for yourself, or just it gives you some more trust to be like, listen, hey, your social accounts are not linked. I can do that for free for you in just a few minutes. And you could. Literally, it does not take long. Even if it's like straight HTML, it's so easy just to link these. So it's a good foot in the door. Then you also have their email, right? So if you wind up, what I would suggest doing this organized, getting a Google Doc, as you search plumber near me and you open up a website, copy that link, paste it in the Google Doc, add below a little note, contacted 3/20/2020, awaiting response. Then if anybody follows up, add another line, followed up 3/22/2020, awaiting response, right? And then for anybody that seems like it's a potential lead, you can just highlight that in yellow. That way you know where to spend your time mainly. And then, like I said, Facebook, send the same type of message that you would through the contact form that I mentioned before. Okay, now as far as how you're actually going to make the money on this, what you can do at first is sign up for an affiliate network called Ring Partner. I already have an account. I started with Ring Partner and then transitioned over. So basically, though, it may take you a little time to get a plumber to pay you for the calls. So what you can do is in the top of the header on your category page, so let's say like this, what we're looking at here, or let me get a better example. So here, List and Go. Let's say you have a category page and it has something similar to this setup. What you would do is set in the main header the number you're going to use for Ring Partner, and I'll explain that in a second. So what Ring Partner is they're just a marketplace, so they will always buy your calls, like always, no matter what, will purchase calls. So that means that you don't have to worry about going out and finding a business owner to purchase them, but at the same time you'll get less. So like for plumbing, for example, I'm not sure what the payout is, probably close to $15 per call, which in itself isn't bad. 10 calls a day, $150 a day, really not difficult to do. But if you start going private, you could charge upwards of $30, $40 depending on the type of call you're getting. You could charge even more. Right? And that means 10 calls a day at $30 is $300 per day from this one category. The goal is to make several categories: plumbing, roofing, HVAC, anything that you can create around home services. But either way, that's what Ring Partner is. So with Ring Partner, when you sign up, you get approved for a campaign. So you would apply, and it would take literally not long at all to get approved for a plumbing campaign. And once you do, they'll give you your own custom number. You don't have to, but you can purchase a call tracking number to track it yourself. You don't have to do that. I would suggest doing that later down the road when you actually, like, let's say you have a week of $100 days. I would suggest setting up a call tracking phone number, which you can look up then at that point. But either way, whatever phone number you use, whether it's Ring Partner or call tracking, you can just set that up in the heading. So find a local plumber, or find a plumber in Palm Bay with the phone number, or call for an immediate quote with the phone number. People will still wind up going down to the bottom of the page and finding an actual plumber that you have listed, but for the time being, you can get some drip feed calls going through, right? So for example, let's say plumbers, whatever city, plumbers Miami, right? Let's say they get 200-300 searches per month. You wind up getting even a small percentage of those. Again, all you need is 10 calls a day, right? 10 calls a day, not that difficult, especially again when you're factoring that you're going to be going in multiple categories. Now, a lot of these websites, they work, but the problem is that you need to really juggle 10 to 20 of them just to make even like a part-time income. There is one website that I would choose, that I recommend to everyone that I meet that is looking to make money online. There's one that I would choose if I had to start all over again, and I was looking for the fastest way to go from $0 to $10,000 per month. This is the website, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in a second. But before that, before I got to the point of having my own office, being where I am today, working my own hours, I was working a 9 to 5, right? In the Florida heat, like I live in Florida, and I was working in the heat in a Tyvek suit doing manual labor, working with fiberglass. I hated it. Not only was I just like physically hating it, right, coming home covered in fiberglass dust, but every day, right, Sunday nights were the worst, thinking about waking up. And every day waking up, the repetition, it was just mind-numbing. It went on, and that same thing went on for so long. You know, if I just look back and wish I could just shake myself. It went on for so long until I finally tried to make some money online, right? I wanted to give it a shot. Well, I wound up failing over and over. And I thought really everybody was lying. There's no way that this actually works. I was at my wit's end, and I didn't think this worked. I thought everybody was renting stuff and faked it all. But when I finally met a few of the guys who I consider some of my closest friends today, that is when everything changed. Since then, I wake up when I want, not covered in fiberglass. We live in a condo right on the beach, and I could spend as much time with my family as I want. And again, that changed when I finally started listening to people who had what I wanted. Years ago, though, before this, we were spending an entire year. We were renting a room in a house with 3 other roommates. They're a bit older. They love to drink and smoke quite a bit, which attracted a very shady audience. It just made life difficult, right? All those people there going in my kitchen in the morning, it was just uncomfortable, and obviously sleeping normal hours was out. So with that negative experience, before I got to where I am today, we had a conversation. I spoke to my wife and asked her, now that I'm at the point of making this full-time passive income thing, now that I'm here, where would you want to live if you could pick anywhere? And she picked the beach, and that's where we're living now. We went from that tiny apartment to living in a condo that is literally 4 times the size of that full thing just for us. At this point, right where I am today, I can honestly say that I'm in a mindset, and every day has been millions and light years ahead of anywhere where I've ever been in my life, right? I'm at a point where I feel free. I don't feel anxiety like I did. Obviously not every day is just the, sunshine and daisies, but for the most part, when you look at it compared to my previous, it's incredible. I'm living a life where I can literally just grab my laptop, work from wherever I want, whenever I want. And so that's what I want to share with you, right? If you want to learn how to create a full-time passive income online, I know this sounds buzzwordy, but just don't tune it out because of that. Where you can make money literally while you sleep, while you travel, or whatever you want to do, right? Play video games. I don't care. Whatever you want to do, if you would like to do that, check out the link below in the video description. I'll be sharing with you exactly how you can do that. But if you'd like to just stick to the simplicity of it all, feel free, no pressure. Check out my free YouTube videos. Consider clicking that subscribe button below. Like this video if you got any value from it, and let me know in the comments what you thought.